Meet Pastor Jackson Lawmeyer. He's young, he's 29 years old. He runs an investment company and is a pastor of an evangelical church in Tulsa. That is him on the right, standing next to Donald Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, who pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI. Lawmeyer has launched a primary challenge to replace incumbent Republican Senator James Lankford of Oklahoma, himself very, very, very conservative. Right now, it appears one of the central pillars of his campaign is to get people to defy the vaccine requirement. So he is encouraging people to donate to his church in exchange for a COVID religious exemption.
So let's say your employer is demanding that you take the vaccine because Joe Biden said if your business has more than 100 employees, you have to force them to take the vaccine. Download that exemption form. Get your pastor to sign that exemption form, and if your pastor doesn't have the courage to sign it, I'll sign it for you.
According to the Washington Post, Lawmeyer said this week about 30,000 people have downloaded the religious exemption form he created. He says he is doing this because the former vice president, that means the current president, though he won't call him that, has declared war on the freedoms of Americans.
I'm going to speak on behalf of the state of Oklahoma to the former vice president. And I'm going to say it so slow even he can understand it. We will never comply. Never, ever, ever. And I dare you to come to the state of Oklahoma because we will never comply here.
Some profound historical resonances there. Lawmeyer is, yes, an extreme example here, but not that extreme when you survey Republican Party politics. I mean, across the party, Republican politicians in positions high and low have blasted vaccine requirements while continuing to preach the gospel of individual choice.
As I have said all along, these vaccines are always voluntary and never forced.
Vaccine passports violate individuals' freedom to choose the vaccine.
At the end of the day, though, it is what somebody, it's about your health and whether you want that protection or not. It really doesn't impact me or anyone else.
Because vaccines work and they will help people. But it should be a personal healthcare choice. This is not something that the government should mandate.
Here's the thing. This idea that it's just a personal choice is not just wrong, it's dangerous. Because let's keep in mind, there's an enormous population of people who have no choice one way or the other. And of course, I'm speaking not just of the immunocompromised, but also children under the age of 12 who cannot get vaccinated as of now. President Biden came out today to tout the broad popularity of his new COVID vaccine requirements and also point out why it is so critical to follow them.
We're facing a lot of pushback, especially from some of the Republican governors. The governors of Florida and Texas are doing everything they can to undermine the life-saving requirements that I proposed. This is the worst kind of politics because it's putting the lives of citizens of their states, especially children, at risk. And I refuse to give in to it.
So let's talk about